Laura, are you there? Guess what? I have a huge announcement to make.
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
What kind of way is that to greet an old friend, huh? We used to be so close. Why are you going to act like this when I've barely even said anything to you?
We may have been friends, but we are not friends now. Not to mention the fact that our kids don't even go to the same school anymore. So we don't have that as an excuse to talk. And moreover, that was probably the nicest way that I could have reacted to you, considering the fact that you stole my husband away from me. In fact, the only reason that I got your message was because I forgot to block your number. So thanks for reminding me, and goodbye.
Wait, no, hold on! The whole reason I messaged you is because I have a huge announcement for you. If you block me now, then you'll never know what it was.
And just what is this announcement of yours?
Well, first of all, enough time has passed since you and Copper broke up, so now him and I have officially been able to get married.
Okay then, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Of course not. I have one more thing. I'm pregnant with Cooper's baby.
You are going to be having Coop's kid.
I'm sure you're just so jealous, aren't you? We don't know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. But I'm sure you must be furious now that I'm pregnant with the child of the man that you loved.
Right. So then, is that all that you had to say to me?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, were those the big announcements that you wanted to make?
Of course they were. And aren't they just the best news you've ever heard? To have the child of the man that you love, isn't that every woman's dream?
I don't really like to make a habit of speaking for all women, but if you really think that's good news, then I guess I have to say that I'm impressed by you.
More like jealous, you mean? I bet that you've been trying your hardest to forget all about your time with Cooper, and now I've gone and brought back all those painful memories, huh?
I actually have already forgotten all about him. Coop who? And anyways, with both of you out of my life, I've been able to concentrate on my career and I have tons of free time to pursue whatever I want. In fact, this conversation is actually interrupting something right now.
What do you mean? What is it interrupting?
That's my business. You have a nice life. I'm going to go now.
I get it. You're upset because now that you're a single mother, you're going to have to work all day around the clock, huh? You'll be poor and never have time for anything. And now that I've stolen Cooper from you, I'll be living a rich and easy life while you struggle for every little thing. Anyways, I may have more news for you in the future, so don't go blocking me yet. Laura, are you there? Man, who knew that being pregnant would be this difficult? I'm doing my best to keep all the pregnancy pounds off, but it isn't easy. At least the morning sickness seems to have quieted down for now. But a pregnant woman can never let her guard down, you know? Even Coop is working hard to make sure that we have enough money for when this little one arrives. He's at work from sunup and doesn't come home until late at night. All because he's working so hard for his new family. Oh man, my belly is huge now. I really hope that I don't get any stretch marks because of this. But I have to say that I'm just so happy with my life right now. Oh, right, that reminds me. I had a quick favor to ask you. Once I have this kid, I want you to stop talking to Coop's parents, okay? Oh, and one more big thing. We found out that we're going to be having a boy. You know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to give birth to an heir that's going to be able to take over Coop's business when he's ready. You only ever had some lousy daughter who was never going to be able to achieve anything by herself. But I guess this just proves that I was the right girl for Cooper all along, since I gave him a son on the first try. Laura, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I gave birth to my son yesterday, and there were 0 complications. He's the spitting image of his father, and I just know that he's going to grow up to be a great man like him, too. But I've never actually met Cooper's parents. In fact, they don't want to meet me because they don't think I'm the right girl for him. Can you believe that they would say something like that about me? After I gave them a male grandchild?
They're one of your life updates again, Donna.
You finally responded! I was wondering if I was talking to a wall or if you were really there reading my messages in silence. I guess you finally accepted the truth about the situation, huh? Was it finally having my son that made it all sink in?
I don't know what you want me to say to that. Congrats on the kid, I guess?
That's a start.
But are you sure you know who the father of that kid is?
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't think that the two of you are going to be cut out to raise that kid. It would probably just be better if you handed him over to his real dad to take care of him, don't you think?
What are you talking about? This is our son. This is the child that Cooper and I had together.
So then you're telling me you guys had some kind of fertility treatment going on?
What are you talking about? There was nothing like that at all. This is a totally natural baby made the old-fashioned way.
So basically, it was a natural birth, is what you're saying. If that's the case, then I really don't think it's possible that that kid is actually Cooper's.
That doesn't make any sense. You're just jealous, and so you're just trying to get into my head. Well, it's not gonna work, you hear me? I know the facts, and that's all that matters. Missed call? Missed call? Laura, are you there? Please, you need to pick up the phone right now. You were the one who called my ex-husband, weren't you? He showed up at our house demanding a paternity test for Cooper and I's kid. He seems to think that it's his and not Cooper's.
I guess you still haven't figured it out yet then, huh?
Figured out what? What is going on here?
Well, the thing is that Cooper can't have kids. He's impotent.
He's what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, it really is true. His body just can't produce enough sperm to get anyone pregnant.
That isn't a thing. You're lying to me.
It's true. Even our daughter. We adopted from an agency when she was only 4 years old.
Wait, is that true?
It is. Cooper refused to look into any kind of treatment for his condition. So it was the only way that we could have any kids together.
You're lying. You have to be lying right now.
Well, you came to me telling me that you were pregnant not that long after you ran off with Cooper. So if you were thinking about how long it takes to tell that you're pregnant, then that means there is a high chance that insemination occurred while you were still with your husband. In other words, it's quite likely that it is in fact your ex-husband's kid.
Are you kidding me? That can't be right.
Well, do you want to know what Cooper told me the day that he left me? He said that you had actually already had a kid, which proved that you were fertile. He seemed to think that you were his last chance to try and have a natural child. He refused to acknowledge that he was the problem and ran off with you instead.
That can't be right. Please, tell me that it isn't true.
It really is. If you doubt me, you can go and ask Cooper's parents. They know about this. If anything, that's probably why they want nothing to do with either of you now. Although, they can't just cut him off since Cooper is paying them back after they paid off his legal fees from our divorce.
I don't even know what to say. You horrible, horrible woman. This is all your fault. He took my son. He took my son and got custody of him. I thought that moms were always supposed to get custody. This isn't fair. You've ruined everything. What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I take it that your ex-husband sued for the right to raise your son.
That's right. He took Coop and I's son away from us. How could he do that? Doesn't make any sense to me. Now he has custody over both my children, and I have nothing.
Well, you were the one who said that you were going to have Cooper's son and that you didn't need any other kid in your life.
But that's because Coop's son was going to take over his dad's company one day. I didn't any other kid if I had one to do that.
Don't tell me that you didn't know about that either.
What do you mean? What are you hiding from me?
Well, first of all, Coop, as you know, is not the president of the company. That position still belongs to his father. The next president was never going to be Coop, because his father already chose me to succeed him.
Wait a second. So, you're going to take over Coop's family business?
That's right. And I think that Coop's dad is going to retire quite soon, actually.
But I thought that Coop would take over. Why would they give you that job?
It's a really long story, but I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I still want to know what happened. I deserve to know.
Well, if you want me to try and summarize it, basically, Coop's parents didn't want a man who only thinks with what is between his legs running a company. Not to mention how irresponsible he is with money.
So then what does Coop even do at work?
Well, before his affair with you came to light, he was still on track for a successful career here. But after everything came out, he basically was demoted by his father and given a huge pay cut. Now he's just like any other employee there.
So he's not even upper management or anything? I really didn't know about this at all. What do you mean he's bad with money?
Well, you should know best of all. After all, he pretty much drove himself into debt trying to impress you with all the fancy things he bought for you.
What does that mean, though?
It means that he owes his parents about $30,000 in the form of personal loans. Well, his parents and other loan sharks.
Cooper is $30,000 in debt?
He is, and that's why I suggested to your ex-husband that he would be better suited to raise his son rather than you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this?
I just couldn't stand the thought of a poor child being raised by the likes of you and Cooper.
This is really bad. I basically burnt through my savings in the divorce with my ex-husband and thought that Cooper was going to be able to buy my way out of this trouble. But now I know he doesn't even have any money either. I thought I was going to be living in the lap of luxury. Things weren't supposed to happen this way.
Donna was sure that by having a son, she would have secured her place in Cooper's family by being the mother of their eventual heir to the company. But in the end, Donna's recklessness resulted in the child being taken away and raised by his real father. After that, Donna and Coop began to fight every single day. But without any help from family and with both of them still drowning in debt, they had no choice but to stay together and downgrade to living in a tiny apartment. And since neither of them were confident enough to make it on their own, they still haven't gotten a divorce. I hear that Donna found a job and ended up having an affair with her boss that resulted in her being sued by Coop. You would think she would have learned her lesson, but I guess some things just don't stick.
Randy, are you there? Can you do me one huge favor, please?
Hey, Beth, what's up? Are you okay? Relax. What's this favor you're talking about?
I want a divorce. And I mean right away. There's this guy I met, and I love him. I want to be happy, and I have the right to be happy, right? No use trying to talk me out of it, Randy. I've already made up my mind. The cast has been set.
Hold on a second there, Beth. You're going way too fast for me. First off, let's relax for a second and talk this through like adults. I mean, you sound like a 5-year-old that wants a new toy, for God's sake.
I'm plenty relaxed for your information. And I've totally thought this through, so don't think that I'm not completely calm and conveying this very important fact to you.
I sort of recall having this very same conversation with you before.
What are you talking about? I've never said this to you before. Anyway, I want that divorce, and I want it now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, Randy. And about the divorce papers, I should, maybe...
Don't worry about that. I got it right here.
Huh? What? Why would you have it already? Did you hear about this from someone? Who told you?
No one. It's in the top drawer in the living room cabinet where we keep all of our important documents. I already signed it, so grab it anytime you like and do what you want with it. I no longer care.
Hey, Randy.
Don't tell me you want me to deliver it to your boyfriend's house or something, because that's not going to happen.
No, about those divorce papers. Why do you have those? And already signed? What's up with that? I mean, this is the first time I've asked for a divorce. So why? Why do you already have a signed copy?
What are you talking about, Beth? Do you suddenly have amnesia? Or did you hit your head getting out of the bed this morning?
No, I'm perfectly fine.
As I recall, the first time was when we were still engaged. You remember that guy who ran his own company next door? The second time was during our honeymoon. You suddenly had the hots for the hotel manager. Remember that? The third time was with your boss at the part-time job you had 6 months ago.
Those guys came on to me. You make it sound like I was lusting after these guys.
And it turns out that these guys wanted nothing to do with you. You came onto them too aggressively.
I never did such a thing. You got it all mixed up, Randy. They aggressively pursued me and then demanded that I get a divorce, and after they got what they wanted, they all dumped me. It wasn't my fault. I'm the victim here. They used me, and when they got what they wanted, they discarded me.
All they did was say a few nice words to you, and you took it literally. You were suddenly in love and demanding a divorce because you had finally found your true love. You got it in your head that they were in love with you and proceeded to aggressively pursue these guys. They were taken aback by your forcefulness and creeped out by this fatal attraction type of response that they wanted nothing to do with you. I'm just astonished it hasn't become a police matter. I guess they thought if they pressed charges, you'd come after them even harder.
How could you say that, Randy? You make me sound like some crazed stalker. I'm your wife, for God's sake.
Didn't act like one. Anyway, you want a divorce, right? Just get it over with, would you? I was going to give you 3 chances.
Pardon me, 3 chances?
Yeah, you get 3 strikes and you're out, sort of thing. Anyway, if this happens for the 4th time, I was going to call it quits anyway. Let's get it over with for Pete's sake. I've already informed your folks about my intentions. Your father did a lot for me getting this job and all, and I didn't want to let him down. But my patience is worn thin. Your folks were sympathetic to my concerns and were grateful for the chance I was willing to give you. I told them that if that 4th incident occurs, that I was going to go forward with it without consulting them whatsoever. They were okay with it. And the 4th incident just occurred. There is no turning back now. I would appreciate it if you would hurry up and get those documents signed and submitted. I'm done.
Oh, yeah. That the way you want to play it, Randy? Okay, have it your way. Let's do this once and for all. But just so you know, Randy, I didn't demand this divorce without thinking things through.
So what is it? What do you want to say, Beth?
Those 3 times that those guys used and abused me, I'm going to chalk all that up as experience. It was a hard and painful lesson, but this time it's different. I had him prove his love to me with action.
Action? What action?
Yes, by proving his everlasting love of me. Well, there is only one way to prove love for someone else, if you know what I mean. When our flesh touched gently against each other, that love truly begins to manifest itself.
I'd rather not hear the rest.
Which means that I really don't give a damn if you divorce me.
Oh, is that so? Okay, I get it. You're telling me that this time it's for real, that you cemented the deal, that there is no turning back, is that it?
That's right. We physically demonstrated that our love was real, proved it to be genuine. I was able to know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, our love was 100% genuine. So I'm going to divorce you for sure this time and marry the love of my life.
Okay. Now that you're 100% sure, who is this guy? Tell me a little about him, would you? That's the least you can do.
Huh? Why do you even have to know?
I'm your husband, or shall I say soon-to-be ex-husband. I should know the guy and maybe meet him at least once. Just seems like the right thing to do. Besides, it will smooth the path when everyone meets up later with our lawyers and all.
Yeah, well, not sure about all that, but I guess if it's necessary. His name is Josh Bradley.
Wait a second, Josh Bradley. The son of Mr. Harold R. Bradley? The family that owns that mansion on the hill?
Oh, you know Josh? I thought maybe you might know him. You guys are about the same age.
We're exactly the same age. We went to college together.
Oh yeah? He never mentioned that. Pure coincidence, huh? He's currently living alone in a condo over in Richmond. The condo's right down near the river with a beautiful view. We're planning on living there as soon as tonight.
I see. Okay, Beth. I think I'm starting to see the whole picture. Hey, Josh. It's been a while. How've you been? Hey, Randy. What's up, man? Been doing okay. Been a while, hasn't it? Good to hear. Hey, Josh. Can I ask you where you are right now? Right now? I'm at my stepdad's place. He just passed away the other day, so my mom is all alone here at home. So I plan to be here for a bit longer. You're talking about that big mansion on the hill, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised you knew about that. With your stepdad gone, I bet the whole family is frantic about the inheritance and all. I can just imagine. With that big house and all. Yeah, well, what can I say? I'm not related, as you know. It's mostly my 3 stepbrothers who are clamoring over each other to divide up the inheritance. We really don't have anything to do with it. Oh yeah? But it must be pretty difficult for your mom, getting stuck in the middle of it all. Yeah, but my mom knew it would all be too much of a hassle, so she waived all her rights to any of the inheritance. As for me, my stepfather never officially designated me as a son, so I have no rights to any of the inheritance anyway. I'm actually kind of relieved not having to hassle with it. I'm just here to comfort my mom, but I may need to step in every now and then if things get heated. To be the impartial observer, I guess. Oh, I see. Doesn't sound all that fun, but what do I do, right? Does that mean you won't be returning to your place in Richmond for a few days, right? Yeah, that's right. See how things play out, but I'll definitely be staying here tonight. How do you know I live here in Richmond? Heard from one of our old classmates recently, I guess. Since you're staying tonight, this might be a good time to... This all seems kind of weird. What's weird, Randy? What's on your mind, man? You can talk to me. Yeah, there's this problem. This may freak you out a bit, but I suppose there's no avoiding it, so I'm going to go right out and say it. You got me all spooked, Randy. What's the deal? Do you happen to know a woman named Beth by any chance? Beth, huh? That's really weird. My current girlfriend is named Beth. I've been seeing her for the last 6 months or so. What's this about, man? Oh yeah? 6 months, huh? Have you guys talked about living together anytime soon? Or have you given this Beth the keys to your condo? No, we haven't gone that far yet. It's still been 6 months after all. So, you know I live in a condo in Richmond. Heard it from a classmate, I suppose. Yeah, something like that. This Beth, I think she's planning on moving into that condo probably tonight. Wait, excuse me? She's planning on moving into my place? Why do you even know that? What's this all about anyways, Randy? What's your concern? Don't tell me that you know Beth's friend or something. Or are you interested in Beth, maybe? Well, I guess you can say I was interested in her a long time ago. Wait, what did you say? Why wouldn't I be? She's my wife after all. Hold on a second. What? Did you just say she's your wife? Come on, Randy. Is this some kind of prank? Did Beth put you up to this? I bet she did. Anyways, Beth said she's single. She wouldn't lie about something like that, would she? Can you prove she said that? That she was not married? Oh, well, let's see, yeah, I have my past line correspondence right here. She clearly says she's single, never been married. Okay, that's more than enough. Thanks, Josh. Randy, if this is true, I really didn't. Don't sweat it, Josh. You have nothing to worry about. I know you. You have nothing to worry about. I know you, man. I know that you're not the kind of guy who will purposely go out with a married woman. I'm glad you have trust in me, Randy, but still, I feel really awful about it. I'm really sorry. I don't know what to say. I should be apologizing to you on behalf of my wife. She really went over the line this time. No, please. You shouldn't be apologizing to me, Randy. Is there something I can do? Help you out in any way? I'll do it if you ask. It's the least I can do. You know, I was going to ask, but I wasn't sure if you were up to it. It sure would be helpful. Are you sure? I'm at your disposal. Fire away. Okay, I know it's a bit late, but can we meet now? Sure thing. Tell me the time and place and I'll drive down right away. Do you still know what apartment I use for business? I think we used it a few times back in college. Yeah, the one on Main Street, Glendale Apartments, right? Up on the 3rd floor? I think it was room 309 or 308? Yeah, 309. You got a good memory, Josh. Still love that place, huh? Brings back memories. I used that place quite a bit when I was working on my dissertation. I'm headed over there now. You okay with it? No problem. I'm on my way.
Randy, are you there? Please respond. I was duped again. How could this happen to me? I was so sure this time. I can't believe what Josh did to me. How could he? I was going to move in with him the other day. I had my bags packed and everything. I went right over to his condo in Richmond, but he wasn't there. I figured that he was still at work, and so I waited in the lobby for him. And guess what? The front desk manager there told me he had already moved out. Apparently he had terminated the lease there 2 days ago. I had to lug all my luggage back home. I rang him right away and asked him why. He immediately texted me back saying that he would never have gone out with me if he knew I was married. Then he just said goodbye. I told him I was already divorced and that everything was fine, but he wouldn't hear it, and he immediately blocked me. Now I can't even get in touch with him. So, Randy, it would really be helpful if you could pay me $500,000 in compensation, and then I can go on with my life? What do you say? It was you, wasn't it, Randy? You're the one who told him I was married. Am I right? I thought I finally found the love of my life. The emotional pain that you caused by telling him I will never heal from. It's your fault for ruining my life, the passionate love that was in my grasp. To be honest, $500,000 is a mere pittance for the emotional trauma that you caused. But I will let it go at that. That's all I'll ask of you. I'm headed back to my parents' place tomorrow, so I want you to deposit that money into my account by tomorrow. No getting out of this, Randy.
What the hell is this? You must be totally nuts. $500,000 for emotional distress, huh? Seriously? I knew you were a little empty-headed, but this is moronic. Anyway, it's good that you're headed home. A lawyer will stop in this week. I would ask that you hear all of the details and make your demands to him. I briefed him on everything, so...
Hey, Randy, are you there? Seems like you forgot something. Today is the day you were supposed to deposit that money. There's not a cent in there. What's up?
Like I said, the lawyer will stop by and explain everything. Ask him about that when he arrives.
Come on, Randy, just deposit the $500,000. Why do you have to draw this out by hiring a lawyer, making it one big hassle?
Beth, Why do I have to pay you?
Like I explained to you, the reason I was dumped by Josh was because you told him I was married. That's why he broke it off. Is that so hard to understand? You're at fault. You pay. Simple as that. This was a once-in-a-lifetime chance for me, and you ruined it, Randy. I was set to get a $10 million inheritance. You pulled the plug on that. That dream went down the drain.
Wait a sec. Say again?
Josh's dad passed away the other day. So obviously there was this thing called an inheritance. And Josh, being the only son, well, he had $10 million coming to him. And you took that away from me.
Beth, let me stop you right there.
Huh? Why?
Before you start blabbering on, let me get straight to the point. Josh has no right to any inheritance.
Huh? Of course he does. He's the eldest son. Look at that huge mansion on the hill, for God's sake.
Okay, let me explain everything from the very beginning because you seem to have no clue. First off, Josh is not the only son. He's the stepson. He has 3 brothers who are blood related.
Huh? He has 3 brothers? This is the first I'm hearing about this. Why didn't Josh tell me?
Josh came into that family later when his mother married Mr. Bradley. He's not related to them.
Huh? Not related, but...
And another important point, he was never officially declared as Mr. Bradley's son, so legally, he's just a stranger. Well, maybe not a total stranger, but a family friend, I guess. And what's more, his mom also waived all her rights to any of the inheritance. The 3 brothers have sole rights regarding the inheritance of the $10 million.
What? Seriously? What's happening here? I didn't even know he had any brothers, for Pete's sake.
Well, the 3 brothers are way older than him, like 20 years older, so you probably figured they were his uncles or something. That's the story. I figured you had no clue what was going on. Even if you had managed to marry Josh, he would have received 0 inheritance from his stepfather. No $10 million. That was just a pipe dream, Beth.
That can't be it. No way. I want my $10 million. Hey, Randy, what the hell is this? Why do I have to pay compensation to you? What the hell is your lawyer talking about? You're the one that has to pay me. What the hell is happening here?
I'm pretty sure my lawyer explained everything to you. Were you even listening to him? I'm sure he explained that Josh is also demanding compensation for lying to him about not being married.
But we were in love. We loved each other. Love can't be bought. It was never about money. This was pure love, at least on my part.
No matter how you try to spin it, Beth, you had an affair. It's called infidelity. I'm sure my lawyer probably explained this to you, but cheating in a marriage is against the law, punishable by a fine. In your case, you said you weren't married and cheated on me. That means you have an obligation to pay damages to me. I'm the victim here, Beth. Get that through your head.
How could you say that, Randy?
I'll say it over and over again if I have to.
But you ruined my chance at happiness.
Happiness? Are you for real? How about my happiness or even Josh's happiness? You ever think about that? Josh thought he was happy with you, but you ruined that too. All you were after was the $10 million.
Okay, then let's forget this whole thing. What do you say? We can start over from square one. If you do that, I'll forgive you, Randy. A clean slate. What do you say?
Beth, I'm going to have to stop you right there. You know what? I really think you need to see a shrink. Something's not right up there.
Huh? What an awful thing to say.
Take it any way you like, Beth. All I ask of you is that you pay the compensation and we're done. I never want to hear from you again. You got that?
What? Wait, seriously? Why? I said I was going to forgive you, so why would you say that?
Beth, you're not listening to me. I can't take any more of your BS, and I certainly don't love you anymore.
What? You don't?
Anyway, Beth, no more. Goodbye. The last conversation with Beth was like talking to an alien or something. She was just not making any sense whatsoever. She seemed like such a nice girl when we married. Where did things go wrong? Anyway, I printed out the whole conversation that we had and sent a copy of it to her parents just so they understood the circumstances. I'm not sure if that was what did it, but her parents apparently sent her off to an uncle's place up north to get some therapy for emotional distress or something. Whatever that means. A friend of the family, this 60-year-old rich guy, took a liking to her and offered to pay all of her debts off, and in return, she asked to work at his large mansion as a maid and helper. And the parents agreed to the deal. They told me that she would probably never contact me again. I was okay with that. I wanted to get on with my life, to be honest. However, I was a little concerned about this 60-year-old rich guy taking a liking to her. I was especially concerned of the job description of helper, but I really wanted nothing more to do with her, so I left it at that.